the foam roller bridge, this is a really good exercise to start building coordination between the muscles in your calf, your hamstrings, and also your glutes, so basically your whole posterior chain. And you're going to start with a double leg variation, and if you can comfortably hit 30 to 45 seconds double leg, then you've earned the right to progress onto single leg, which is much more challenging, okay? So there's a few specific cues that you need to be aware of. So the first one is that you don't want your feet in close to you, okay? That's going to take a lot of the demand away from your hamstrings. So you want to have the foam roller at a distance away from you that when I put the balls of my feet onto the foam roller, I can get some good heel lift, okay? So roughly I'm probably at about a 90-degree angle with my knees here. Then from this position, the first thing that I want you to do throughout the entirety of this exercise, and the biggest mistake I see people making, is that they don't lift their heels up, okay? So they kind of just let their heels relax down here, and then you push through, and that's not that challenging, okay? So the first cue I want you to do is once you've got your setup, I'm going to lift my heels up as high as I can, okay? So now my calves are instantly engaged before I even start. The next cue is that I'm just going to gently tuck my pelvis backwards, okay? So you should feel your lower back flatten slightly into the floor, okay? But I don't want you to overly create a load of tension. You're not maximally tucking your pelvis. It's just a gentle tuck so that your back flattens slightly into the floor. That's going to make sure that you can compensate and use your back muscles to help you do this movement. And it's just purely posterior chain. Okay, so number one, heels up as high as you can. Number two, gentle tuck of your pelvis. And then cue number three is that rather than just lifting my hips up, because again you will compensate, is I'm now going to start squashing the foam roller under the balls of my feet as hard as I can until my hips will just lift an inch off the floor. And that's the position you're holding, okay? So I've got my heels up as high as I can, got my pelvis gently tilted back, and now my hips are floating just an inch off the floor. And that's the position you're going to hold for 30 to 45 seconds. Okay? It should be really challenging, this movement. Once you can comfortably hold double leg, you're then going to do single leg, which is much more difficult. But the same cues apply. I'm going to lift my heel up as high as I can. I'm going to gently tuck my pelvis backwards. And then I'm going to start squashing the foam roller under my foot until my hips lift just an inch, and I'm going to hold that position there.